Сигурно ви се е случвало да си кажете «Знаех си, че така ще стане». Или може би си задавате въпроса «Защо на мен?» или «Кой съм аз?». Ако сте готови да получите отговори на подобни въпроси или искате да чуете, че промяна е възможна, а себепознанието е постижимо, но боли, ви предлагаме разговор с доктор Менисиус Ри. Фамилен и системен психотерапевт и психолог, повече от 15 години супервайзър към Британската национална здравна служба. Натрупаният професионален опит го провокира да създаде методът за емоционално възпитание «Същност». От 20 години той води семинари за личностно развитие в Европа, Щатите, Латинска Америка и Близкия изток.
We are really happy and for us it's a big honor to welcome Mr. Menisius Ri in front of our camera. Thank you for this interview. Thank you to accept us. My first question is, what is the meaning of life?
Before I answer the question, thank you for the invitation to speak to you. You asked me the question that everybody is thinking about day and night. And I am sure millions of answers that people give into this question. I can give you a point of view I have. Obviously, I don't know, okay? But I can tell you what I feel and sense. It is possible that the meaning of life is to cope with death and to realize that our soul will not exist here anymore, which nobody wants to hear this. And to realize we are not our body, we are something else. It is possible that we have come from one big connection and we came here, become separated. And we want to learn here that we are actually connected. This is as far as I can go, but maybe in the other questions you're going to ask me, some of the answers will appear by themselves in relating to this question you asked me.
Why the happiness is so difficult to achieve? Everybody tries and everybody is seeking, as it is something that you can find behind the corner.
Okay. First of all, I will give you two perspectives to this question. Happiness is an illusion. If you seek happiness, that means you are unhappy. That means we're going to spend all our life running away from difficult situations, trying to be happy, and we do courses and seminars and we read books that you should be happy, and if you're happy, have a good relationship and life will be okay. That's of course not. If I want to be happy, that means I am not. This is one. The other perspective, it's impossible to be happy because every one of us, inside of us, we have a person that we reject. We don't like. Person did something to us. And we, in different categories. Some of us, something happened to us, we don't want to know it anymore, but it's there. And some of us, we know it, but we don't want to talk about it. It is there. And some we have somebody we know about and we're seeking revenge. We are conscious, but we cannot stop it. As long as we have this, we will never be happy. And most of the people that cause this to us is early days in life, when we're very small and we forgot about it, but our body did not forget about it at all. And you cannot be happy, or I cannot be happy, if in my soul I want to reject somebody. And the challenge is, or the problem we have now, we are trying to be happy when it's impossible to be.
So can we say that you help people to reconcile with themselves?
Yes, but it's not that easy because really we are, you see, morality is causing the problem. We are stuck in a situation where we live in a world, this is good and this is not good. And this is the problem that causes rejecting other people. Because things that happen to us, we will never be able to accept or agree with. But everything that happened to us in our life is a part of the movement of life, and it's meant to be. And people are not able to accept this because there are a lot of beliefs and conditioning that this should not be like that. And we all stuck. I know this, I'm talking to you, but there are things in the back of my mind I will never be able to accept, and this is the source of our unhappiness. So this is the problem that we have at the moment. So I don't quite help people to reconcile. I try as much as possible to make them, I don't have that power, by the way, to get them to the place who mature enough to realize that what happened to them is not injustice. Because justice is the one of the morality that we as justice, honesty, integrity, being right, we think these things are good. Actually, they are the source of our misery, because I have not met a person in my life who is honest yet. I have not met a person who has 100% integrity yet. I have not met a person who loyal to anybody. So we're stuck. This is true. As long as I think this is true, I will never be happy, because I'll be very disappointed all the time. We need to mature enough to higher level, like parents. The mature parent, when the child lies to them, they remain loving. When the child does something wrong, they remain loving. When the child go crazy, they remain loving. But now, if your partner do one of things, you want to attack them and be upset with them the rest of your life. So we need to find the place inside of yourself to have a room in us to contain other people's craziness. So we come at peace with life.
I read interviews that you correlate emotions to illness.
Yes.
What is the relation between them, and how people can get over?
This is not my view. It is the view that's been going from the beginning. Because you probably heard this before. Our body cannot lie. We can. The first thing that developed when we were born is our nervous system. And our nervous system connected to our emotions. And our nervous system gives all the information to the body to act, run, escape, recover. So when somebody does something to you, or you're in a stressful situation, the nervous system tells the body something is wrong. And the body reacts the same way. If I am, everything I'm going to tell you is actually common sense. If I'm in a relationship, very painful to me, my partner is hurting me, my nervous system giving me messages, get out, do something about it. If I don't do anything about it, of course my body will tell me, okay, I'm going to make you stop being in this relationship. You will be sick or something. This is one thing. The other thing is, I think the lack of connection with another person is like an inflammation in the body. It's like a virus in the body, because human beings are not meant to be separated. So when most illnesses actually, even in adults, come from childhood, from separation from our parents. And let's say there's unhealthy separation, and it sets up something in the body like inflammation or some that affect the relationship, and it gets reinforced. So one moment later in life, it can be activated by bad relationship, somebody leaving us. You know the word depression, for example? The word itself has the answer to depression, because the word depression means deprived. Like somebody takes something away from me and I want it back, you see? So, but the illnesses we work with nowadays in the later stages, when it's already got hold in the body. So the recovering, it's a little late, but it's still possible to look at early separation, to look at the people who hurt us and trying to find a place for them in our heart, because I think this is something maybe many books has. When we reject the illness, we reject us, because it's in us. And we want to fight our illnesses. So this is what I can say for now.
You taught that there is no perfect human being, so I suppose there is no perfect human relation. Which relation we can say it's a healthy, at least healthy for the two people?
The word relationship itself is a conflict. And we associate love with relationship. They are not the same. Okay? Love is absolutely nothing. Nothing whatsoever. It's like death. We have fantasies and ideas. This again, and the perfect couple, the perfect family. As long as we have this in our mind, we will always going to be disappointed in our relationship. You see, the word perfect is very dangerous, but I come to your question from a different way. Can you be with somebody and feel yourself? You know what I mean? Can you be with a person, can I be with a person and I feel free and open? Anything I say and I do will be okay, no matter what happens. People don't want to do this to each other because they expect the other person to give them something. When we meet a person, we feel entitled to love, care, everything, and nobody can give that to us. But I want to add something a little practical. In this life, nobody commits to anybody. And I'll explain this. I said it many, many times, but it's very useful for us to hear. And everybody in this life has a commitment to a purpose or something they want, yes? Not to a relationship. It will be fantastic when you meet a person in a relationship is to look at their purpose, yeah? And help them with their purpose. And if you love and appreciate the purpose of your partner, that means you love your partner. And your partner will feel honored, respected, and loved by you. You notice every relationship people meet after the honeymoon period, everybody starts thinking about what they want, not what the other person wants. Because what I want to do in my life is actually me. So if my partner loves what I do, it's the most beautiful gift you can give anybody. That means relationship and love is not the issue. The issue is, am I feeling honoring myself and achieving what I want? And do I have somebody see that as a gift? But unfortunately, expectation, what I want, what society expects of me, and what things imposed on me, stopping me allowing my partner to be free.
Can we say that the secure life of 21st century make us weak and self-satisfied, the West way of living?
Okay, this is a very big question because the West has moved from, as you know, from a group culture to individual culture, yes? Obviously, the individual culture is another extreme of a group culture. The individual culture has a message. I have to be the best. I have to achieve. I have to be good. Yes? Alone. Yes? People don't quite exist. Yeah, the group culture, we together. So what the world is moving in now, or even the East is moving there, we start not taking responsibility for other things. The government is taking responsibility for this. Like my parents, when they're old, the government would take care of them. If my children are not very healthy, the government will take care of them. So everybody now started taking responsibility and losing other responsibility. So the parents now are losing their authority as parents because the government is taking over. And we're not honoring and acknowledging the old people because the government will take care of them. You see, so now the connection is actually falling apart. And the connection between us is the key of happiness, joy, and peace and everything. That doesn't mean individual culture is bad at all. It's giving something, but it's losing something. The same problem they have in the group culture, but the opposite direction. There is too much pressure on people from the group. It's causing the same problem, but in the opposite way. Yeah. So now, nowadays, I think what is happening in the West, a lot of seminars happening a lot of groups coming together, a lot of therapy appearing. These are unconscious attempts to bring the people back together again, to connect again. So they exist because we started to feel something is not quite right. So we may come back together again and become like a group culture. That is possible to come.
Yes, because as we see, the known as social nets actually separates people.
Yes.
What is more important in life, to be good or to be strong?
What is good and what's strong? It depends what you know, what good is.
In latest time, good people are good is almost equivalent of stupid.
Well, all the trouble in the world came from good people. But I clarify, the people who are trying to be good caused a lot of trouble. And I can widen your question a bit. All the people who want to make peace, they are causing more wars, actually, because they trying to show how good they are. You see, how many organizations promoting peace, the United Nations, and we have more wars than before. And there are people busy trying to be good. You see, that's what I think. In all the presidents of America have been trying to be good, except one, Trump. And I think he could be the most effective one because they are promoting peace and they send in armies everywhere. Yes? So they showed how good we are. Trump had exposed America. That's who we are. And I just want to say something, it's slightly outside, but maybe connected. There's an interview with Trump and somebody asked him, are you not feeling ashamed that you are negotiating with people, you go in here and making all this trouble in the world? And he said to the reporter, but we are the same. We are the same. We are the same like them. And I thought this was incredible, really incredible. We need, in this life, being strong and being good, they are both problems for us.
So maybe being sincere.
I think if we have the ability to feel what other people feel, that's what we need. That's all we need. Because we spend all our life doing things to hurt ourselves and doing things to hurt other people because we don't know how we feel and we don't know what other people feel. And if we can manage that, actually, we'll probably be happy and peaceful and we don't need anything else.
Why we don't learn about these things at school?
Because the teachers need learning. The teachers are the worst ones. and they think they are teaching something. It is better in school not to teach them much. There is a country in the world, somewhere, Finland or something, they don't teach much at school. Very little. I say this in the courses a lot. If you go back and remember your school days, and I ask you, do you remember what did you write in the exam in your 11, 12, 13, 16? Nobody remember. But there's something you remember. If I tell you, do you remember if your teacher is angry with you or happy with you, remember? What is the difference? The answer is clear. We need to teach them this, not to teach them to memorize information. Because when we started life, we were feeling only, not thinking. We start to think at 2 years old. Everything is set up. It's all emotional. We set up before we started thinking. So we spend all our life repeating what we have felt the first 2 years of life. That means in the school system, it's better to work with people's feelings and emotions and make them feel safe. Because honestly, you may know this, most people who have university degrees, yes, work for people who do not have university degrees. Did you know that? That means this education they have actually is not as effective as an emotional competency and ability to sense people in you. And if you sense somebody, that person will feel safe because they know they exist. You exist because somebody know you're here and they tell you you're here. Otherwise we become human doing, not human being. We are doing and doing because we're trying, we want something.
And if you have an advice to give to people, just one, what it would be?
Okay, look in the life and find the person you reject and take them back to their heart. That's the hardest thing.